Hi, my name's Adam, and I'm the director of Catapult Entertainment. That is a shadow illusion performance company that travels all over the world. We tour a lot in America, but we also tour in Europe and Asia. And I hope you've seen our show, but even if you haven't, you're going to get a window behind the scenes today and learn how to make some shadows yourself. This idea of telling stories with shadows is nothing new. It's been around for thousands of years, and it was developed in Asia many thousands of years ago with a primitive light source and fingers, hands, and cutouts made out of paper, leather, cloth. They created stories out of making these little characters, and it was originally performed only for emperors and kings, as I understand it, but it became very popular and it still exists today as a storytelling form in Asia. So that's the old version. Our new version, our innovation, is to bring the whole body into that equation. So we use not only our hands and some cutouts, but we use our whole bodies and multiple bodies to create shadow shapes that maybe weren't possible before. So you'll see how easy it is, and also maybe how challenging it is, coming up next. And everything will be explained: how to set up your own simple shadow studio and how to have fun trying to make your own shadows. There's also a study guide available with this program that you can download and take a look at. It has some more history, it has some science experiments, it has some fun activities you can try, and we're really excited to bring this to you. We hope you have a lot of fun with it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Catapult online workshop. I hope you enjoyed the introduction by Adam, our director, and I hope you get to study your study guide a little bit. So we're going to show you a little bit about the setup, how you can set up a simple shadow screen theater at home. Hi everyone, my name is Anjali Bhattacharya, and I am the rehearsal director for Catapult Entertainment. Before we get started teaching you some fun shadow shapes, we are going to run you through a quick warm-up. As a dancer, you want to make sure that your body is always very warm before you start a show and before you start doing too much movement, because you want to make sure you want to prevent injury and make sure you touch on every part of your body before you get it started moving. So we're going to jump right in here. We're going to stand with our feet hips width apart, and you're going to take a deep breath in, bring your arms up, breathing in and out, let it go. Again, in, and bend your knees out, let it go. In, bend your knees out, let it go. This time, hang, let your head hang. Bend your knees and sway side to side. Get that back starting to get warmed up. Get the backs of your legs to start warmed up. On your next inhale, you're going to breathe in, reach your arms high. And then bring it back to your side. This time you're going to step your feet a little bit wider. You're going to breathe in again. Bring your arms up. And now bend your knees. Bring them all the way down. And bring your hands to the ground. And begin to sway right and left. Bending your knees. Go ahead and drop your head. And bring it to the middle. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And then slowly start to wiggle your way back up to standing. Now we want to get our arms and legs a little bit warm, so we're going to start to kick our hands. So, put your opposite hand behind you. Just to get yourself kind of starting to get some warm up. Now we're going to bring it a little faster and just start to run slowly around the room. Quick feet. Quick feet. And just stop. Breathe that second. Thumbs up and down. Bring your shoulders back. And bring it forward. Now you're going to reach your right arm right and left and right. And left, and slowly reach farther, and farther, and farther. Now reach to the ground, and back to the side, back to the sky, and then across you. Breathing the whole time, and slowing down your movement. out. In and out. We want to warm up our wrists just a little bit, so bring your hands close to each other, interlace all your fingers, and bring your wrist right, and bring them around to the left. And press your fingers away from you, press them high, come up onto your toes 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release those wrists. Interlace your fingers behind you and stretch those shoulders out. Pull your arms as straight as you can. See if you can get your palms to touch. Open that chest up. And release. Shake it out. Last thing. We're going to go for 5 jumping jacks. Ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Shake it out. Bring your breath back. Maybe walk around. Take a quick walk. Keep your body moving. Remember to keep your breath there. And if you feel like anything in your body needs to move a little bit more before we move on with the rest of the shadow movement, be sure to press pause, get your body moving, and do whatever you need to make your body feel safe with doing movement. Okay, so we have 2 different ways that you can do an at-home shadow theater. So if you look down here, we have just a regular projector placed on a stool about 12 feet away from a white wall. So that's the easiest way to set something up. Now I'm going to black out this projector and I'm going to show you another way. So with just a white wall and a flashlight, you can also make yourself a little shadow screen. So you can again set that flashlight up on top of a stool, or you can get your teacher to hold it for you or your parents to hold it for you, and that works just fine as well. Okay, and just before we start to learn any shapes or see some fun shapes, I want to explain 2 simple shadow techniques for you, and that is perspective and foreshortening. So perspective comes as we get closer and farther away from the projector. So as you can see on the wall there, the closer I get to the projector, the bigger I am. I get so big, I can even black it out. And then the farther I get away from the projector, the smaller I get. Unfortunately, I can never get smaller than my actual body. That's just how shadow works. Now, one of the other techniques that we use is foreshortening. So as our limbs get farther away from the light or closer to the light, they change in length. So as they get farther away from the light, they get shorter. As they get closer to the light, they get actually longer, you can see, and bigger. So we use this, for example, as I pull my arms away from the light source, my shadow gets shorter, and my arms get shorter, and now I have little flipper wings, like a penguin. You can also do this with your neck. You can make your neck get really long, or your neck get really short, or you can even have no head. So take a minute, take out your flashlight or turn on your projector, and take a minute to play with big and small, and short and long. Okay, before I teach you any shapes, we're gonna do a little guessing game, and you guys can take a second and guess what shape I'm making with my body. So first we're gonna have the camera on my body, and you're not gonna be able to see my shadow, and see if you can guess what I'm making. All right, this one we kind of talked about, where I got my arms really short and away. Can you guess what I'm making just by seeing my body? All right, had enough guesses? Let's see what it is. It's a penguin. All right, let's take another guess. This one's going to be a little bit harder. I'll give you a hint. They live in ponds. It's a frog. Okay, let's try another one. This one I have to use my shirt for. So sometimes we use our shirts, pieces of clothing, or other props to help us to make shapes. I'll give you another hint. This one also lives in a pond sometimes. Wah, 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 wah. It's a duck. While we're on water creatures, we'll do another one. This one's a really easy one you guys can try at home. I'll teach it to you in a second. And it's a swan. She also lives in a pond. Or a lake. All right, let's guess another one. This one's a little bit harder to guess. Try not to just guess yoga pose. I'll give you a few hints. Even though I have only one leg, this animal has 4 legs. And he might be your best friend. All right, let's see what we got here. It's a puppy. It's a doggy. All right, we have 2 more guesses for you. This guy lives in the desert or at the zoo. Let's see what he is. It's an ostrich. And then we have one more guess here. This one is usually a shape we make with a lot of people, but I'm just making one part of the shape. It's a kitty cat head. Meow. Okay, well, I hope you had fun guessing shapes. Now I'm going to teach you first a few shapes you can do with your hands, and then a few shapes you can do with your whole body. Okay, let's learn 3 easy shapes that you can do with your hands. So you want to get as close as you can to the projector or your flashlight. First thing we're going to do is make a gorilla. Now it's just the head of a gorilla. So keep in mind, we're not making the entire body. So you're going to take your closest hand to the projector, which in this case is my right hand, and it's going to go on the bottom with the fist. You're going to take your top hand, which is the one farther away from the projector and closest to the wall, make a fist and put it on top of your other hand. Then you're going to bring your upper fist overlapping your bottom fist just a little bit until you get the shape of a monkey head. And you might want to bring the head to the edge of your light so you just see the head that you're making. Okay, now we're going to learn how to make a spider. I'm going to do this one laying down, actually underneath my light source. So it might be fun for you to do that too. So I'm going to take one hand and cross it with the other inside my thumb crease here. So you can bring it super close. Then you're going to bring your hands down below the light just till the tips of your upper fingers are showing. You're going to bring your fingers out like spider legs, and you're gonna crawl them like a spider across the floor. Eee. Now you can also do this shape on the edge of the light the same way. So you want to cross right at your finger knuckles, and then you crawl up the edge of the light. Okay. The last hand shape we're going to learn is birdie. So you're going to take your hand farthest from the projector, which in this case is my left hand, and closest to the wall, and lay it flat, palm up. Then you're going to put your other hand underneath it, the one closest to the projector, also palm up. Then you're going to bring your two thumbs together like a beak and turn your hands towards the projector. And there you have a bird. And you can move your hands nice and smooth and make them move fast. Or up and down. Or you can make the beak talk. Oh, the whistling's not good. And there you have it. There's 3 different hand shapes that you can do at home with your friends and with your family. So I'm going to show you 2 last shapes that you can do with your whole body. And the first one is the swan. This one's pretty easy. So you're going to lay far away from your light source on your back with your knees up. Then you're going to pick your knees up and tilt them over to one side. And then you're going to lift your arm up like a swan head and close your fingers like a beak. And you can swim your swan. You want to make sure that your fingers are closed all the way so you don't have this light hole. And you can also switch to the other side. Okay. And the last shape we're going to do is learn how to make a dog. I'm going to do the ease version. So you're going to sit here with your legs in a 4-angle shape. So like this, like you would sit in gym class. Yeah. I'm facing with my back towards the light projector, and that's how you're going to want to sit, always with your light towards the back of the light source. I'm going to bring my arm closest to the projector, up by my ear, and then bend it until I get my right arm close to my left ear. Then I'm going to turn my face towards the white screen, and there is my dog head. Now, in order for it to look more like a dog head, you want to flatten out your back and bring your arm forward. The flatter your back is, the more it looks like a dog. The more rounded you are, the more you lose the shape. So you want to make sure that you have a forehead. So you don't want to have too much forehead or too little forehead, because then the shape isn't quite right. So try to find the perfect in between, a forehead and no forehead, and a flat back. And then you have a dog. And see if you can play with making your dog happy or sad because his owner just left and didn't give him a treat. And then happy again. And then there you have your dog. I hope that you guys had fun playing with us in Shadow, and I'm sure we'll be sending you more workshops to learn in the future. If we're ever in your area, we love teaching workshops live. So we hope we get to meet you, and we hope we get to see you soon. Until then, have fun.